love, may you have the love only to know. May you go where only two as one we go. May the sun rise and set in your bonded hearts, and the moon never find you too long apart. May you cherish each other's dreams as your own. That turns rolling blocks into stepping stones. May you brave life's mountains and miles together. May there be no storm love cannot weather. May you be lovers and allies and friends. May your soul's conversation never end. May you may you capture on earth what's in heaven above. May your hearts know the rapture of an uncommon love.
Some people say the, that word peace has because I think, but peace, love, information, understanding these values are internal and how more than even they are necessary. Let us have a courage and believe in peace again because when I believe we are I want to create we are I want to create a movement of action and movement I want to call even NGO. I invite every young watching has a
My fellow students, we only arrived here 4 short years ago, and now it's already time to leave. How did it go so fast? It seems like only yesterday that we were skinny little freshmen, fighting with the locks on our lockers, trying to figure out where our next class was, and looking generally clueless to all upperclassmen. Now we are the upperclassmen, the seniors who stand here ready to graduate and move forward in the world. Yet, at this seminal moment, we can help looking back. How do we measure the time we spent in high school? In the beginning, we measured it in class periods, counting down the day to eventual freedom. As the days and weeks passed, we measured it in the semesters, and in later years, as we moved from being those closest freshmen to become sophisticated sophomores who thought they had it all figured out by the time we graduating seniors and we could wait to rule the school. And now, here we stand. Our role is over, and it's up to the next class to step our shoes and take over. I know that as I look out of all of you, I will measure my time here in a much different way. I will measure it in all the friendships I enjoyed these last 4 years. Some were pretty, casual, and other much closer. But I remember each one fondly, as I'm sure you all will too. And when many of high school memories begin to fade, that's how I ultimately measure the time spent here. And not in periods or semester or years, but in the friendship that we made and the times we shared together.
Gusto yung tingog.
Static and overview
Gusto
of
gamay ba? Static.
static na. Static and overview of social networking. Social survey has found that 65% adult as social networking cities Facebook has 800 million users and 60% list themselves as being in a relationship. 37% list themselves as single. 31% marriage. 4% in a relationship. 5% union and 3% claiming it completed. Many people say that social networking has changed dating for the worse. Social networking because people in a relationship overanalyze their partner. Online activity couples get into hurters over everything from party rate content with and X to one not monitoring the relationship at all. As to the positive active on social networking marriage couples to the online has the marriage of 8.5 months will covers your unit profile. And this period for 42 months means for problem. While many have created social networking for finding new relationship, others have first versus in for charging dating for the course. Well, breaking up this someone with a phone of email was considered brutal. But now, one of relationship status on the social networking has become common with the relationship is a survey Facebook closer 25% or respondent found new about change in relationship by saying in social networking. Top 5 way that social networking cause relationship risk overanalyzing your partner. Online activities, getting friends requests from your your correct friends.
The Enchanted Garden. Oh, what a garden! It was living gold and living green, full of enchantment like species emblem the air. There were you felt, and I followed you ever unseen. You, yet each glad pulse of me cried to my heart, she is there. Roses and lilies and roses again, tangled of leaves and wet magic, blossoming trees. Sunlight that lay where last moment your footstep and I was not the garden enchanted that prepared me this. Ah, what a garden it was since I caught you at last. Scattered the magic and shattered the spell with a kiss. Wintry and dreary, cold with the wind of the past. Ah, the garden enchanted should never to this.
Speech on friendship. Friendship is one of the purest forms of relation that exist on this earth. Getting a sincere and loving friend is perhaps the best gift from God, which only lucky few gets. In fact, life becomes so very meaningless without a true friend's presence beside you, isn't it? When you have a bunch of amazing friends, journey of life becomes more joyous and vibrant. True friends are there to laugh at your joy. Again, when you shed tears, who else can be beside you to lend his shoulder other than your friends? Friendship is the only relation on this earth which is truly priceless. We may acquire all materialistic pleasure by putting our effort, but even then life remains dull unless you can share your life with one or handful of genuine friends. Often we cannot share our deepest family secrets with our family members, but only if we have a true friend. It gets so easy to share your inner thoughts with one. Friends are always there to listen to you. A true friend may criticize you so that you may come out of your shortcoming. He may guide like a channel of light when you take a wrong path. He may scold you if you commit a mistake and shows you the right path. That's why it is being said that true friend is more precious than a new gem. Friendship will provide you with thousands of fun moments in life which you will memorize while you grow old. But side by side, at times, this relation also passes through moments of crisis. Misunderstanding may crop in and this amazing relation may start chattering, always be the first one to save your friendship. Maybe you are yet to realize the true worth of your friend. God forbid, if due to some unfavorable reason distance ever arises within this relation, never let go your friend. Hold his or her hand and apologize if you were wrong somewhere. There is nothing more pathetic in your life than losing a true friend. Never forget that. Friendship is a relation which is as tender as a newborn baby. You may come across various people at various phases of time. Many may pretend to be your friend. Many may appear to be glorious apparently, but never go by the outward appearance.
Gathered this forum to discuss drugs. Drugs are an illegal substance that some people smoke, inject, drink it for the physical and mental effects it has. Many students consume drugs for fun or of other reasons. They deal drugs environment through networks. The main target are the students. At the beginning, the students consume as a free try. After a period of time, they become the drug addict and always buy and consume it. The sale of drug is very careful and neat. The students also involved in dealing it. Based on the observation, the students consume the drugs because of stress. They can solve their own problems like family problem. The disorder in the family makes drugs to be the escape to finish problem. It is to calm down the instant thought. Besides that, the poverty makes the students involved in selling and dealing the drugs in order to get the pocket money. The results of the observation is that the average of drugs consumers become addicted. The students don't realize that the drugs consumption has the negative impact for them, like the intelligence diseases, mental disorder, death, and many kinds of diseases. It is very hard to recover from this impact except in the drugs rehabilitation with a high cost. Many cases are found that rehabilitation can recover the patient because of the worst condition. I suggest all the students not to consume the drugs because they can destroy the health future and can cause death. Never to try to touch and approach them. Drugs are very harmful for the generations. Your lives are still young. Catch your bright future with success. The drugs are used in the doctor's prescription and recommendation on the certain disease. Before too far, the government must take an action from the destruction. I conclude that the drugs abuse among the students not to try to consume drugs. Stay away from it. Remember that you are still young. Our country depends on the young generations.
Hate are the strongest opposites in our dichotomous thinking. Why then, unhappy love often turns into deep hate and ruined relationships? A person in love loves everyone. This overwhelmingly positive feeling can change the world dramatically. A person in hate is an enormous destructive force that creates an abyss of violence and desperation. Have you ever experienced the real light of love and the real darkness of hate? Love may be more powerful than hate because, as the song goes, love can lead to hate, whereas hate would never, even metaphorically, produce love. Love is more powerful because it gives birth to new positive challenges. Love changes a person, enriches the world, extends the horizons, enhances opportunities, brightens friendships, and deepens emotions. A person in love has a specific aura, a peculiar kind of energy that is given off, scattered in all directions, like the light of the myriads of stars, sliding through ages, celebrating Juliet, Laura, Natasha, Ophelia, and Desdemona. All these love stories, in their complexity of feelings and emotions, all about eternal love. But love can fade. It simply disappears. So powerful to disappear. It vanishes. Our love never goes away. Love's components are intimacy, passion, and commitment, with all their variations. Consummate love that balances them all is rare. If Romeo and Juliet had lived longer, would they have loved each other with the same intimacy, passion, and commitment? Well, I have doubts. Love is powerful because it can transform. It is, in fact, the transforming process of evolving relationships in which intimacy remains stable. Whoever lived to hate? Love is powerful because it drives, navigates, directs, and makes our existence meaningful. Hate invites loneliness, whereas love denies it. Hate ruins personality, whereas love opens it up. Hate results in acts of violence, whereas love leads to the amazing acts of kindness. Hate destroys, whereas love creates. Hate is war, whereas love is peace. It is impossible to love is to hate. That gives birth. Because love that gives birth to love. While love is more powerful than hate. Discover your powers. Discover your love in yourself. Be sure you're more powerful to love than to hate. Keep love inside and all will be always fine.